Hello guys and welcome back to another video in Last Day on Earth. Today we are going to discuss how to find some of the rare items for vehicles. Items like the chopper gas tank, fork and wheel for the chopper, propellers for the motorboat, ATV transmissions and ATV wheels for the ATV, and finally flight controllers for the drone. Okay, so starting with the chopper, fork, wheels, and gas tank, first ways you can obtain these items is obviously from Bunker Alpha. As you can see, you can obtain chopper gas tank, chopper fork, and a chopper wheel. So usually you can obtain these items from both the yellow crate and the red crate. However, it's a bit more rare in the yellow crate. At some point, I even obtained like 2 chopper gas tanks from both of the crates, so it's possible, definitely possible. You just have to clear Bunker Alpha daily and open these crates. Then the second most obvious way is from the farm, where you can obtain chopper gas tank, chopper fork, and chopper wheel from the barn crate. So from the broken chopper, these items. And then a couple of other obscure ways you can obtain these items is the chopper wheel actually is obtainable through an NPC in resource zones. And usually when you are a beginner, you will find an NPC that will drop a guaranteed chopper wheel. So that's one guaranteed. And then another way is from the survival path. And as you can see here, as a free reward, yes, you can obtain one chopper wheel as a free reward. However, you can also obtain a chopper fork and a chopper wheel as a premium version, and a chopper gas tank as well from these premium versions. So if you want to obtain easily these items without clearing Bunker Alpha on the farm, you can buy one of the survival path and maybe you can obtain these items. Of course, it's up to you if you want to get these items. And then other ways you can obtain the chopper gas tank specifically is through seasonal events like the Forlorn Fair, like the Hunter's Instinct, or other events like that. So from time to time, Kefir will release these events. And yeah, as you know, most of these events have rewards and have special rewards, and sometimes you can find chopper gas tank as a final reward. So it's not always, but for example, I don't know if the Hunter's Instinct event has it, but I know that there are a couple of events where you can obtain them. But as I said, it's not guaranteed. Depends how Kishir feels, if they want to add chopper gas tank or not. Okay, so this was for the chopper items. Next is for the propellers. Okay, so starting with a couple of ways you can obtain them using premium. If you buy premium in this game, first is in the survival path. Here we go. If you buy premium, you can obtain 2 propellers from the survival path. If you buy premium as well, season pass, you can obtain one propeller as well at the end here as a final reward. Here we go, 1 propeller. So these are the 2 ways you can obtain them from a premium version. And yeah, same thing as the chopper gas tank, you can also sometimes obtain propellers from seasonal events like the Hunter's Instinct and Forlorn Fair, Operation Purge and stuff like that. You can sometimes expect to have a propeller. Okay, moving on, we have a couple of more ways you can obtain propellers from in-game without events or stuff like that. The first way is from the transport hub. You can obtain 1 propeller from the GM crate, which is pretty rare. You probably don't have access to the transport hub yet, so you still need the drone. But yeah, this is a way. And then one of the guaranteed ways you can obtain propellers is from the community event. Here we go, 1 propeller using 2,250 points. So if you want to get your boat pretty fast, just clear this event, the community event. So one of the ways you can obtain 1 propeller is by going to this guy. You can obtain 1 propeller at level 6. It is guaranteed. You just have to do deliveries. So you can complete some deliveries and you will for sure obtain a propeller. And then second way in the port is from the deliveries as well. But this time you have to open crane keys. So if you open crane keys here, you will have a good chance of finding propellers. However, you need to know something. So how this works is like this. The more advanced you are in the reputation, the more the rewards will be better and better. So this is why you will have to kinda wait until you level up in the reputation before opening this crate. So So next up, you can get one propeller from the sewers. It's not guaranteed as usual. You can obtain one propeller by opening the chest. Like it's not guaranteed. It's pretty rare actually. Like the chances are super low. You might need to clear the sewers like 10 times or something like that. But it's definitely worth a try. The sewers are not that hard to clear actually. So here we go. Let's see if I obtain a propeller. No, no propeller, unfortunately. As I said, the chances are pretty low. And then the final way of obtaining propellers is by killing the Borealis. So for me, I have not completed all the tasks, but yeah, if you do so, you can clear the Borealis and you might have a chance of getting a propeller. But as usual, the chances are pretty slim. So these were all the ways you can get propellers. Moving on to the ATV wheels and ATV transmissions. So first of all, of course, the ATV wheels are mostly obtained by clearing Bunker Bravo. It's a rare loot you can get from the cargo crates. I don't know exactly. I think it's from the 4th cargo crate. And yeah, there is a chance of obtaining one. The other way is by completing raids. So it's actually the way I got all my ATV wheels is by doing raids. Sometimes you might find like 2 or 3 or even like more than 5 ATV wheels in one raid. So you just have to do as much raids as possible and hope for the best and hope you can obtain a raid that contains ATV wheels. Other than that, there's not really other ways you can get ATV wheels. Sometimes you might find ATV wheels on seasonal events like Hunter's Instinct, Forlorn Fair, Operation Purge, and events like that. You might put ATV wheels as rewards, but it is not guaranteed. Then for the ATV transmission. So first, for the ATV transmissions, you can get one for premium in the season pass. At the end here we go, one ATV transmission if you pay premium. Then you have, sometimes you can get ATV transmissions from seasonal events like the Hunter's Instinct, the Forlorn Fair, and events like that. Sometimes they put ATV transmissions as final rewards, and most of the time they are pretty expensive. Next up is from the transport hub. As you can see, you can obtain ATV transmissions in the GM crate. So you have to open the GM crate. And you have a chance of getting the ATV transmission. Of course, it's not guaranteed. And then one of the ways you can obtain ATV transmissions as a free-to-play player is from the gas station. You can obtain ATV transmissions by spinning the caps, and you can get them from the jackpot. So from the jackpot reward, sometimes you might get an ATV transmission. Like it's not guaranteed you will obtain any. Sometimes you might get one, sometimes you may get 5. It depends on your luck. But overall, I would say to keep your caps and don't spin them immediately. You can wait for example, for the Pursuit of Luck event, and then you can like go for the broken slot machine, and you will get as well some ATV transmissions maybe if you have any chance. Then going back to the port, you can also get one ATV transmission from doing deliveries. Yes. So if you are a beginner and you will do deliveries, you will actually get one guaranteed ATV transmission as loot. You know, when you do the deliveries, you will get some loot, and there is one guaranteed ATV transmission. Of course, it's the only one you can obtain. Like it's not going to always happen. It's the only one, and it's guaranteed for every beginner for the first time. And then one of the other ways of obtaining the ATV transmission, it is from the community event. You can get one ATV transmission for 2,800 points. So pretty cheap actually. So if you want to get your ATV pretty fast, you can clear this event every season and you will obtain ATV transmissions pretty fast. And that was all the ways you can obtain ATV transmissions. Most of the ways are pretty expensive. You will have to use a lot of items, but yeah, good luck. Like the most effective one is by using the commune. It's guaranteed. You just have to do it every season, and you will surely get ATV transmissions for the ATV. And then, last but not least, flight controllers. First of all, since we are in the port, you can obtain flight controllers by simply killing Carrion and Blight. So, the boss from the A2 sector and the other boss from the B2 sector. it's guaranteed that they will drop flight controllers. As well, from the season pass, as usual, you can also obtain flight controllers, but as usual, it's only for premium players. At the end here, if you go all the way to the end, here we go, one flight controller for premium players. Another way for premium players is through the survival path. So yeah, another way is from the survival path. 5 flight controllers by simply buying the survival path. So yeah, as usual, these are the premium ways you can obtain flight controllers. If you want to spend money, I guess this is your way. So another way is from seasonal events like Hunter's Instinct and Forlorn Fair. Sometimes it happens that the developers will put flight controllers as rewards, but as usual, it's not guaranteed as the other items. You can also get it from the community event. As you can see, one flight controller for 2,200 points. So make sure to clear the community event as often as possible every season. And the last way you can obtain flight controllers is from crafting. Yes, using the electronics table, you can craft flight controllers. It's pretty expensive, but yeah, if you want to go for it, go for it. Here we go. So these were all the ways you can obtain flight controllers, and these were all the ways you can obtain these rare items. So here we go. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you want more videos like these, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.